Hello everyone and welcome to the mill today. This week, after so much Stonemaier news, we figured probably should get another update in. So just to kind of recap, the last 2 weeks Molly has brought to the mill an unboxing of Stamp Swap, the newest Stonemaier game, and she also did an unboxing of the Apiary Expanding the Hive expansion, which was a small box, just more stuff expansion, but one that I would definitely say if you already like Apiary, it's really going to do what it says. It's expanding that hive a little bit with some really cool new frames to put in that have varying abilities and bonuses on them. So that is definitely something to check out if you are an Apiary fan. Now, those are kind of the last two videos of the mill. Coming up still after this week, I have my final 2 weeks of RR and R ball, which will be filling out that last league. Don't worry, it's filmed, it's coming. We just do one video a week, so we have a bunch stacked. I also have a partial 2-player playthrough of the Apiary with the expansion coming up. My friend Jen, who you've seen probably on a couple episodes, came up this summer and we filmed a 2-player. Just to kind of warn you though, when that one does pop up, that was our first time kind of working with 2 players. The camera work at the beginning, it's not the best, but we do figure it out, and I have a note on the editing, like where that happens. And in the future, I'll also have a Stamp Swap round, kind of a first round solo play that'll come up on the mill. So we have definitely more coverage of all these games. That's kind of why I felt like this week we needed kind of a recap and an update because there's been so much the past couple months. So R&R, Rolling Realms Redux. So Rolling Realms Redux, still on the web store. All right. And yeah, it will definitely hold everything because the only thing missing in mine is the realms. As you can see, it's all in there. So definitely some space with room. And that kind of brings us to September 4th. Kind of a big day. I'm actually going to use, I love, Curl has this wonderful little piece on the Stonemaier Discord, which, if you're not on it, it's a fun place to be. But, as he puts it, do you remember that nice 4th morning of September? Mail was pinging the boxes of subscribers while bringing some gaming news because September 4th was huge. If you missed it, on September 4th, which just happened, on the web store launched Stamp Swap, the Apiary expansion, 3 new promo realms for Rolling Realms, Brass Birmingham, which I'm guessing is probably going to be a big one since Brass is kind of a big game, Genotype, and the Stamp Swap realm. All of those are available on the Stonemaier website right now. So you have all those, plus a new disc golf disc, and if you are a Stonemaier champion, the champion t-shirts are on there. So very much like, wow, Stonemaier, we feel like usually spreads a lot of stuff out, but we just got a lot at once. And Jamie's kind of mentioned part of that was thinking about how when you have some of these smaller items, it's nice to launch them at the same time, put them together, put in a sale. I'm not sure when this video goes live if the bundle is still going to be there, but there was also a bundle if you bought the expansion and Stamp Swap with a little bit of a discount. So definitely a good time to go to the Stonemaier store to look at that, especially if you want to get some of this stuff before it hits retail. And this is kind of our last big launch day of the year. Jamie has mentioned there's probably going to be a couple more smaller items when he does the charity auction, usually early November-ish. Don't know the exact dates on that, but he does a charity auction. It's on Board Game Geek, and it's a really cool auction where he has content creators pick charities and people vote for them, and gives a bunch of money, and other people donate money for different charities. And there's a bunch of Stonemaier items in that auction. And he mentioned there's going to be a couple new things on the web store around them that are going to be small. The one thing he mentioned was there were some really cool Wormspan dragon pins at Gen Con. I totally missed them and didn't really see them, but they're supposed to be really cool. And I believe those, Jamie has mentioned, should be coming back around that charity auction. So keep an eye out for that. If you're really interested in those, they might be coming. And I think you mentioned there might be another potential small thing. No idea what, but it's all going to be in line when that charity auction launches. And that'll kind of round out Stonemaier for the year. Now, the other thing I thought would be important to update would be we got a new update to the progress chart. So I'm just going to kind of look at my notes here. All right. So technically, this is probably the last time we see Rolling Realm Redux on the chart. All right. I'm looking at Carl kind of summed up some of these notes on Discord. So I'm using that as my cheat sheet. Stamp swap. Obviously, that you can buy right now. It's launching. Some people on Discord have already said it's shipped, and I'm recording this on the Thursday when it launched on Wednesday. So we are one day, and people are already starting to get shipment notifications. Remember, Stonemaier always ships to champions first. So if you are a champion, you're going to get before non-champions. However, a lot of the people who order from Stonemaier are Stonemaier champions, so you still might have a week or two before you get your order. All right, expanding the hive, the More Stuff apiary expansion obviously just launched. Also, important news for Wingspan fans. Wingspan expansion 4's design is now complete. So that's huge. I know a lot of us have been really kind of looking at that Wingspan expansion, wondering kind of where it's at. So the design part is huge, and now it's on development. Okay, so there is no confirmed release year, but fingers crossed that it will be next year, 2025. We're not sure. There is nothing to say it is, but the fact that the design is done, it's in development, that's a really positive sign. All right. Codename Lost has finished its core design after more than 2 years on the chart. So that's also exciting. So Lost is in play testing. So that's always seems like a really big part of any design is when it goes into that blind play testing, because you don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of like just putting it out there for people who really have no stake in it. All right. Codename Path, the one that just kind of snuck up on us this summer. All right, it was just added last month, and the graphic design and is already in graphic design. So Path is coming in hot. All right, it doesn't have any change on the colors dot. However, what we kind of talked about last month, we discovered it originally on the charts a 2024 release, and apparently that was a typo, as it does say 2025 now. All right. Codename Crow, no change. It's still in component phase. Vantage, no change, still in graphic design. Wormspan Expansion 1, still in art and solo mode. Cape is in graphic design. Deep, the design's complete. It's in the art, playtesting, solo, going on mode. Bone is in art development and playtesting. And Keys, which was new last month, is still in that design stage. So there's a lot going on that chart. If you are subscribed to the newsletter or champion letter, you should be seeing that. If not, they do have it posted on the Stonemaier website. So if you're a more visual person, I know I am. I love that chart with the green, yellow, and red symbols marking where everything is in the process. But that visual is up on Stonemaier as well. So that is the ton of news for Stonemaier Games, kind of where they're at. If you're kind of interested in some of the, I would say, almost deeper topics in the board game industry, the live cast this week, while Jamie's also dealing with the launch stuff, he brings up a couple kind of real board game world topics that have been kind of floating around the interwebs. So if that kind of stuff interests you, this might be a live cast that you want to go back to, the one from September 4th. So it's kind of a heads up if that's something you find interesting. But besides that, I think that's it from the mill, and we will keep bringing you content on Rolling Realms Redux, the apiary expansion, Stamp Swap, and our Stonemaier Spotlight videos are all coming up over the next few weeks. Also, if you're going to be at Stonemaier Design Day coming up here in a couple weeks, I will see you there. Make sure you say hi, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend and a great week. Thanks. Bye.